Hey everyone, so you're dreaming of studying abroad. It's this amazing mix of excitement and, let's be honest, a little bit of fear, right? Well, today we're going to break it all down and build a real plan to turn that incredible dream into your reality.
I mean, it's a huge, life-changing opportunity, isn't it? We're talking about an education that can open up the entire world for you and really set you on an amazing career path. That excitement you're feeling? Man, that is absolutely worth chasing. But let's get real for a second. That amazing dream can get, well, kind of swamped by a whole mountain of confusing applications, the stress of getting a visa, and just so much paperwork. It's a lot to handle. And that is exactly why finding the right guide is so important. So to help you figure this all out, here's our game plan for today. We'll start by talking about the study abroad maze. Then we'll get into checking credentials, what truly great support actually looks like, how to spot the major red flags, and finally, how you can find your perfect match.
Think of this whole process like a really complex journey, or maybe even a maze. A good study abroad consultancy isn't just some agent. Think of them more like your expert co-pilot, who's there to help you navigate every single twist and turn so you land successfully.
So where do you even begin? Well, before you start thinking about services or how much things cost, you've got to build a foundation of trust. And that means you need to check their credentials right from the very start.
So what are the big signs of a trustworthy guide? Well, first up, look for years of experience. It shows they've been around the block and they know their stuff. Official partnerships with universities, that's a huge sign of credibility. But here's the real proof. Dig into testimonials from students who've worked with them before. And most importantly, look at their success rate. High visa and admission approval rates, that's the ultimate proof that what they're doing actually works.
Okay, but having credentials, that's just the starting line. A truly great consultancy does so much more than just help you fill out forms. They're your partner for the entire journey, from your very first question all the way to your first day on campus. This is what that full journey of support really looks like. It all kicks off with them actually getting to know you, your profile, your goals. From there, they help you narrow down universities, find scholarships, and help you nail those critical documents, like your statement of purpose. Then they should stick with you for visa support and even help with getting you settled in. This complete end-to-end support, that's what separates the good from the truly great. All right, this next part is super important. We have to talk about the red flags because, choosing the wrong guide can do more than just waste your money. It can put your entire dream of studying abroad at risk.
You've probably seen this one floating around, right? It sounds amazing, like a sure thing when everything else feels so uncertain. But listen, whenever you see a promise like this, your alarm bells should be going off like crazy.
Let me be totally clear on this. Nobody can make that promise. The final decision on your admission or your visa is made by the universities and the government officials, not the consultant. It all depends on your profile and their specific rules. Anyone who guarantees an outcome is, quite simply, not being honest with you.
So what's the antidote to all these crazy promises? It's simple. Transparency. A trustworthy consultancy will have a clear fee structure, no hidden charges, no surprises. They'll give you an honest assessment of your chances, even if it's not what you want to hear, and they'll openly share all the important details about the universities. That honesty is what builds real trust.
All right, so we know what good looks like, and we know what to run away from. Now for the fun part. Finding the consultancy that is the perfect match specifically for you and your unique goals. This is a really big deal. Every single country has its own set of rules. You want a consultancy that has deep, specialized knowledge of the country you're aiming for. They know the little details, the ins and outs of the admission process, the latest visa rules, all of it. And that expertise is just so critical because look, every country is totally different. For example, if you're aiming for the US, you got to have those standardized test scores. But for the UK, it's all about that personal statement. In Canada, they have really specific rules for proving you have the funds. A generic one-size-fits-all approach just doesn't cut it. When it comes down to it, this is the big difference. You are not just a number. The right partner isn't going to hand you some generic list of schools. They're going to give you personalized guidance, custom recommendations that actually match your profile, your budget, and what you want to do with your career. That personal touch can be the difference between a rejection and an acceptance letter from your dream school.
And of course, we got to talk about the money. But the key here isn't just to find the absolute cheapest option. It's to find the best value. So compare 2 or 3 different places, check exactly what services you're getting for that price, and make sure everything is transparent. You want the best possible return on this incredibly important investment.
So after all of this, here's the single most important thing to remember.
You're not just hiring someone to fill out your forms. You are looking for a true partner, an expert guide who's going to be invested in your success for every single step of this journey.
Look, choosing a study abroad guide is a huge decision. You're putting your dreams, your time, and your money into their hands. So the real question you have to ask yourself is this: who are you going to trust with your future? Make sure you choose wisely.